Hello, my name is Nick. Today we are going to build a pirate ship. This is a space pirate ship for the show Star Command. I've gone around and found lots of different parts. Went to thrift stores, some of the craft shops and stuff, and just picked up different things that would create to help me just find parts that would look like maybe a spaceship. So we're going to try to mix between the old look of like a Spanish galleon, and then whatever futuristic look we can try to add to it. So that's what we're going to try to accomplish today. Cool. Some of the things that I'm using for creating the spaceship. One of the craft stores, I found this really cool hat. It's a little construction worker hat. It's out of foam, and what I'm going to try to do is go ahead and try to cut it in half, and that shape right there, as you're sort of seeing right there, that is going to be the main bowl of the galleon itself, and I'm going to try to make that work. Hopefully, I haven't done this before, so we're going to try. We got that. We're going to have engines off the back of it, and so I'm going to make a keel. I'm going to carve this up. Once I cut the hat in half, I'm going to put it on here, carve that up to make a strong wooden section. And on the back end off the tail, if you kind of look at the drawing, I found these things they use to display dishes. And I am going to take them apart because they're at a nice angle like that. And they already have the bevel in there. And so I'm going to be able to attach that to the end, and then I will attach what will be rockets or whatnot. And rockets can come in different things. I've been looking around at different stuff. One place I found this pin. Looks like something my mom would pick up at Cracker Barrel or something. But once you take it apart, you've got a nice little shape right there, and a lot of these nice little other pieces that come off of it. This is one of the main tubing that's inside of it, and I'm probably going to cut that up and use that to make cannon barrels for the side. Also found this pin, and it's got a kind of a sleek shape. I may make it look like a missile or something on the bottom. Just when you're building a spaceship, you need things called greebles. And greebles are those tiny little accent things that go all over the place on a spaceship. One of my other things that I found is I had an old Robotech toy, and I got the little engines off of it. And so I'm going to be adding these on somewhere. Also have, we did a bookbinding class, and I have some of the stuff left over from it, and this looks like rope. I have regular stuff look like brown rope, and I got black. Looks really good. Also at the craft store, I found these little anchors. They're actually like buttons or something to hold paper for scrapbooking. I don't know. They're anchors. They're cool. I'm going to put them on. Also found these adhesive things. They have little skull and crossbones and swords and stuff, and then they have little jewels. That's going to be some extra greebles. Greebles are important when you're doing spaceships. For the command deck on top, I actually found this thing right here. This goes inside of a toilet. It is one of the things that help regulate how much water is inside the top of that goes inside the tank, and it's really cool. And I kind of thought it looked like could be a command center of some sort, and you knowing what it is that it goes to a toilet, it's always kind of funny. Somebody's going to recognize it, the owner, if they ever see the show. We'll see it. It's going to be cool. I collect a lot of stuff when I'm thinking of things, and I found this piece of cardboard cylinder, short 1-inch tall cylinder about 2 years ago. My wife has for years been asking me to get rid of it, and I've decided to keep it because I knew it'd be useful for something. And I'm going to hopefully see how it works. I'm thinking that maybe something on the back here, something. I'll try to work it out. It'll be interesting. Whatever I can try to make it work. For the sails are going to be interesting. I've got this cloth. It's nice and shiny. It's also silvery on the other side. I'm going to use the silver on the bottom and use the brown on the top because I like that silver sheen. There's a silver sheen to the top because I want it to be a dark. I think the ship's mostly going to be a black or a dark brown color. And so, I've cut the hat in half. It's right here, stretched it out. And what I've done is I have glued it to the board. There's little beads right there. And so now, when you look at it like that, here's the front, here's the back. Okay, you can see the shape of the construction helmet as it is, but then you can see that I've did it in half, and by stretching it, I've elongated that shape. And now, I have something that has a very nice bowl to it, along with the keel. And I've had this edge back here, and that's where I'm going to add in where I used the plates. I've cut up one of them to where it's a little short, and I'm going to add those next. A lot of this depends on, as you're working on it, how is it going to look. So I'm really enjoying the shape so far. It looks great, and I'm hoping to see what else comes of it, because it's sort of just fun to see what happens. The goofy little pin that I bought at Michael's that was kind of bulbous and kind of cutesy, I took it off and took it all apart. This is a really nice shape. Luckily, the covering is just a little piece of cheap plastic that just was able to cut right off and throw it away. And looking at all these different parts, I actually think, that's going to be a great jet engine. And on the other one, I already started. And I already have like a part already added in. And as you can sort of see, there's some stuff in there. Yeah, I took the top part of this off and then added in this nice little piece here. It's got little jaggeds on the top and everything. Had that at the top in there, and then all inside there. I'd cut that off and glued it in there, and that's going to be my jet. This part I'm going to use probably somewhere else. It looks kind of cool. Going back to the what's going to be the command module. It's part of a this is going to be the command module that's going to be on top of the ship. It's part of a toilet. It's an overflow device, and I went ahead and cut into it, as you can see right here, so that the prow of the ship, the main keel, I can secure it to the top of the ship by straddling there and gluing that into place. I took some of these other parts off of it. Really nice. I've got some nice pieces. I've got a nice little grating. Really kind of cool. I can't wait to use that. Maybe not on this project, but on something else. But I'm going to take the top off, and I've been trying to think of a way to make it to where it sort of sits kind of open like that. I may have to bring it forward just a little bit to make it work out right. But for what am I going to use for windows? My idea for windows was solved by going through my son's toy box and finding one of these. Looks like, gumball machine or the spaceship from the Jetsons. And I'm going to take it, get rid of the bottom part, and this, believe it or not, sits almost perfectly right in there. And what I'll do is cut it cut the top of it off. I may have to cut some of the bottom of it off, depending on the thing, because I like this curve. This curve works out well when matching up the fall of the top. Now on the inside, because I don't want it just clear, I'm going to put a light in there. Oh, let me do the light. I found one of these little stringy reader things for it's for reading in a book. And it's got a little wire in it, so you can clip it to a book and read it. And got it at the dollar store. Went ahead and took one and took the top of it off, and I may have to take the wire out depending on how much. And I'll try to wire this all up and get it wired up inside. Get it wired up inside so I have light. But instead of just having plain clear windows, I'm going to take some sandpaper and I'm going to score the inside. And by doing that, it makes it not as clear as what it needs. Not as clear, and therefore you won't see just the light inside. Also, I have still quite a bit of film left over from a 220 or is it 120? I think it's 220 film. A lot of leftover exposed stuff that I use just every now and then. It's just kind of cool to have something that you could use. And I am drawing out a design on there that are going to be windows. So I am going to put that on the inside of here to where it looks like there's little windows. And then I may do a back section where it may look like people or something on the inside. It just depends. I don't know. I'm going to see how much time I have and how well this part works. Now I'm just going to use an X-Acto knife, cut that out, put it inside, and let it go. And that's what we have so far.